All right, guys. I'm Elise Randolph, joined by Rick Wieska. We've got a great match for you. Provi-ShotZ versus the Charlatans. Everything's on the line right here. Provi-ShotZ have brought a Geddon, Oracle, Executor, Dragoon, Slasher, and they all came in at 50.
Yep. Meanwhile, the other team, sorry, Lord, I've forgotten which team is which here.
Yeah, the
Charlatans.
Charlatans are the Tempest team. They also came in at a pretty funky angle. They want to be a little bit further away, but they're much closer than the intended thing. They're probably about 40 kilometers away with the Tempest, Cyclone, Osprey, Talwar, and Merlin.
Yeah, they sure are, and that's with the Tempest being as quick and as long range and as thinly tanked as it was. Would have thought they'd jump in a little longer range with that thing and play it a little more timid, but instead they've come in at pretty close range, and now as the match starts, they're all burning directly into the danger zone, and it looks like they're putting damage on that Oracle straight away.
Okay, this Provi-ShotZ team is doing something a little wild. Their Armageddon has dropped Curator drones right where he's warped in, and it's plinking away at this Cyclone, but it's doing more than plinking. It's really tearing into his shields, actually. The Osprey from the Charlatans team is having a hard time repping this up.
Yeah, that's well, like I said, they're burning directly into the danger zone. The Provi-ShotZ team has actually got a great amount of control and damage once you get within that 50-kilometer or so zone around them. With the Oracle, the Armageddon's newts and sentry drones, the Dragoon's drones, and the Dragoon and Slasher make an excellent screening combo. So that's like Charlatans here have a great setup to stay well outside of that zone and plink away at the smaller ships and take home a point victory, but they seem to have gone for the burn directly in for glory approach.
Yep, and this Cyclone has thought better of burning into these drones at zero. He has turned around. He was originally charging into the Provi-ShotZ team to get tackle on something. Oh, there he goes again, actually, all on his own. Trying to get some tackle here. He's going at a little bit more of an angle so he doesn't take full damage from these drones. And obviously, as he gets closer, they're going to have a harder time tracking. But it looks like he's just MWDing straight on the side and he is just chunking away damage left and right here. He's in armor. Cyclones hate being in armor, especially in this format. They really like the shield. And it looks like Bluey Snutsoff is not only the owner of a great name, but he is running away from these curators once again. He's just changed his mind. He's like, you know what, this is too much. I'm gonna let my boy Skier Score and the Tempest do this. And Ski Score has actually just charged straight in with his Tempest and hasn't been touched by anything as everyone was focusing on this Cyclone from the Provi-ShotZ team.
Well, there's a bit of a screener battle going off about 30 or 40 kilometers off to the side here. A minute ago, the Provi-ShotZ Slasher got a scramble onto the Charlatans Talwar, which never happens. The Talwar is extremely fast, and I'm not sure what happened, but he made some kind of piloting error that got him scrambled. Since then, the Dragoon has burned in and got harder tackle onto him. The Slasher is being shot by the Charlatans, and he's now almost into armor. The Talwar is not taking a ton of damage. I imagine the Osprey, it looks like the Osprey's got reps on him, but all four of the screening ships from both teams have been busy off to the side.
Yeah, we've had a pretty huge development here with, oh man, the Provi-ShotZ Slasher just bounced from 0%, or from 100% armor back to 0, back to 100, and now to dead. That was huge. The Charlatans had their Merlin try and screen tackle away, but the Provi-ShotZ Slasher managed to catch this Tempest. And as you can see, the Tempest is leaking in the armor a little bit. It was doing pretty well for a while there, but now without tackle, it should be able to just run freely as it's getting neuted by Provi-ShotZ. And we saw some blood going back and forth. Provi-ShotZ lost their Thrasher, lost their Slasher, but killed a Talwar. And the Charlatans Tempest is pretty hobbled here. The Cyclone from Charlatans is also pretty hobbled. And Provi-ShotZ are about to get they've got their Executor tackled actually. So their Logi ship is tackled right now. The Oracle is also tackled. So much is tackled by this Provi-ShotZ team. It's going to be interesting to see who Charlatans choose to shoot.
Yeah, and with that said, I'm really not entirely sure what's going on with Provi's Armageddon, because he's got a set of Curators out and a set of Ogres out, and the Ogres are moving, but they don't appear to be doing anything. They're a little far away from the Tempest to be doing good damage. I think it's mostly the Oracle hitting him.
Yeah, we've actually got there's a pretty good situation going. This Tempest, who has used a lot of his charges, is into 59% armor. Meanwhile, the Provi-ShotZ Oracle, as you were saying, who was doing most of this damage, is at 85% armor. So both these guys are shooting and kind of getting reps, but not too much. Skier Score's Tempest keeps dropping with each shot from this Oracle. It drops a little bit lower. And actually, it looks like Provi-ShotZ Oracle is tanking just fine. They lost tackle on the Executor because it got neuted out by the Geddon. Great piloting by EOS Cannon. Heads up play. He just wandered over to this Merlin for the Charlatans team and neuted him out so he can't tackle the Executor for his team, who managed to escape.
He's also got newts, and they've got hard tackle on the Tempest, who is now point blank from the Armageddon and dropping now below half hull. Shooting back up with reps to 15% shield or so, but he'll be done in a minute here. Also, shouts to EOS Cannon for your legit skin on your Armageddon.
Provi-ShotZ just killed the Tempest. Huge play. All of this is coming down to EOS Cannon, and again, his piloting is what's doing this, making really great decisions. Obviously, the rest of his team is flying incredibly well as well, not to take anything away from them, but man, he's got to feel like he's the MVP for this match as well as this Oracle pilot for just staying alive. His positioning is so great. He was able to put out all of this damage. We used to see the Oracle being a go-to pick in Season 1, back before the other command ships or the battle cruisers had command links. But now everyone's going for those command links. As you can see, Charlatans have that on their Cyclone. But nope, not Provi-ShotZ. They're saying, you know what, we're going to take this the old-fashioned way, and we're going to pile on damage with our battle cruiser. Man, oh man, this Tier 3 battle cruiser is just putting in so much work, and he's living. He is living.
And he's dropped the Cyclone, as you mentioned that. I think it's interesting you mentioned the positioning and piloting of the Armageddon pilot, because he, you can see there where his curators are dropped. He dropped them as soon as the match started, and then they burned out to about 100 kilometers range. And he hasn't actually moved very much. He's only moved about 20 or 30 kilometers as the whole match has gone on. Everyone else is just burned in around him. And now he's got
goodness. And the amount of shakeup this is going to cause as well. Yeah, he dropped the curators early, abandoned them, dropped out ogres, while people from the Charlatans were still avoiding that curator blob, because he could connect at any time. Man, now this stuff's dying. The Osprey just died for the Charlatans, and now they just have a little old Merlin as they face the relegation monster. They started off in the day in such a promising position, but lost a match against Volta and this match, meaning that Provi-ShotZ, who started the day off quite low, are going out with a huge bang, and they're going to be promoted. They're going to stay in the major leagues next year.
Yeah, it's really all about the Oracle. It looks like their Oracle strategy has really paid off.
My goodness, and the Charlatans are wiped out. They did score a kill on the Slasher, so Provi-ShotZ do not get a domination win. But what an amazing showing by this Provi-ShotZ team, captained by EOS Cannon. Really good stuff. Man, Opothny, I'm going to send it back to you guys in the studio to break down what we just saw.